and welcome back everybody to Let's Play Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Oh dear, I think I already got into the accent already. Last we left off, we just went to the bakery and we ran into the Ace Bakers Phoenix Wright and Maya Fey. Yeah, yeah, they're bakers, somehow. For some reason, they can't seem to remember they were, attorneys. Well, at least Wright couldn't remember he's an attorney, and Maya can't remember she's a spirit medium. The plot thickens. But yes, that's where we left off, and Maya was freaking out about something. And we're gonna find out about it right now. Of course it's a puzzle. What's the matter, Miss Fey? It's these loaves of bread! And after I arranged them so nicely, too! It's all your fault, Nick! It's all Nick's fault! His pounding messed up everything! Me? But I was only kneading the dough. What am I gonna do? I have to fix this before the boss gets back! That's most unfortunate. Perhaps we can lend you a hand. A helping hand. Really? Thanks a lot! You'd be doing me the biggest favor in the world! Oh no, I'm having another one of those days where I'm just gonna roll over all my words. Maya, you could try to show a little restraint sometimes, you know. Not at all. Helping those in need is the duty of any true gentleman. Not only that, but if we all chip in and help, we'll soon have it sorted out. Totally! We should all help each other out in times of need, right? Yeah, sure. Puzzles. Okay. The neatly placed loaves of bread on display at the front of the bakery were thrown into disarray. In the process, it seems an extra loaf managed to find its way among the bunch. Take a look at the picture on the top screen and find the extra loaf of bread. Place it into the basket once you found it. So yeah, if you didn't know this puzzle or anything, you just move all the breads and match them with the top so you can get an idea of which one you're missing. Quick answer, because this is going to take a while, is this loaf of bread.
This is my answer.
If it's not, oops. Okay, good.
Well, let me do the next one too.
My memory's not screwed. You found it. Now that's using your loaf. Oh dear God. I forgot that Layton sometimes has their puns too. Perfect! That's exactly how they were before. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks. You really saved my bacon. It's no more than any young English gentleman would do. You said... pardon the background noise. Somebody went into the room and didn't realize I was recording. Okay. You said English? What's that? Where have I heard it before? You're speaking English right now. Well, American English. Hey, Maya, the boss is back. Oh, hello, everyone! Just as I was wondering what the commotion was all about, I see you're back, Isabella. Welcome home, Aunt Patty. Were Maya and Phoenix doing a proper job of minding the shop while I was gone? Oh, of course we did! Naturally, you know you can count on us. They may be calling her boss, but she seems like such a warm and friendly person. She certainly does, Luke, and she has a heartwarming smile, too. Oh, such flattery! You're just trying to make me blush. Oh, by the way, Isabella, are these two gentlemen customers of ours? These two are friends of mine. They kindly helped me out once in the past. I was so happy to see them again that I invited them here. Pleased to meet you, madam. My name's Herschel Layton. And I'm Luke Triton, the professor's apprentice. Oh, is that so? It seems Isabella is in debt to you both, so it's certainly a pleasure to meet you both. And as a thank you for helping me for helping Isabella. Oh. As a thank you from me for helping Isabella, please feel free to stay as long as you like. We just happen to have an empty room that you're welcome to use if you wish. Thank you for your kind offer, madam. Yes, I imagine you must both be feeling hungry. Well, actually, I'm more than a little peckish. Ah, you don't say! Well, in that case, let me offer you something special. My very own creation. Aha, wonderful. And that face baked on the surface. A masterpiece. That's so cute. Yes, I'm proud of it. I used a secret technique to make it extra fluffy. Only the best for our special guest. This is great. Still, we don't really have a whole lot else to offer. Only bread. Uh-oh. Only bread? I mean... Hey, Espella, shouldn't you show our guests to their room? Let's just forget the bread. Forget the bread? I mean... Mr. Layton, Luke, let's go upstairs now. Huh? What's going on? Just trust me, come on. Oh dear. Only bread? Forget the bread! You two really expect to become a full-fledged baker? Any more of this half-baked attitude and blah 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 blah. Wrath of Patty! I didn't expect that. I'm sorry, she's usually so kind and gentle. But when it comes to bread, I suppose it shows how dedicated she is to her craft. I guess it must be fun to live in such a lively place, though. Yes, it is. It's thanks to them that I enjoy living here as much as I do. Mrs. Eclair is always so cheerful and kind to me. And Maya and Mr. Wright are so energetic. Maya especially. It's certainly an interesting group, particularly those two. But, Espella, what about your family? It's a bit complicated. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Kitty! Oh, I want it. Ah, Eve. What's the matter, Eve? Are you hungry? Sorry, it's my cat. It must be supper time. Ah, I see. Please, go ahead. Don't mind us. No, please do mind us. Because we're going to be looting your room for hint coins. Oh yeah. Where is that last one? There it is! Woohoo! Ah, okay. So now we just talk to Espella. I believe, but she won't give us any puzzles. It's such a cute cat. So well behaved and clever too. Thank you. Eve is a real friend. Oh, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Mr. Layton, you wanted to ask me something, didn't you? What was it that you wanted to know? Well, there are a few things. Perhaps I'd better ask them one at a time. It may take a little while if you can spare the time. Yes, of course. Anything I can do to help. Thank you, Espella. Well then, first off, what I want to ask Espella about is... I love how they use the Ace Attorney way of doing it. After we separated in London, let's start with that. Could you tell us again what happened between the time that we were separated in London and your returning to Labyrinthia? You said you can't clearly recall what happened to you, is that right? No, I can't. When I came to, I was back here in Labyrinthia. I can remember everything up until I boarded that cargo ship. But after that, I just can't seem to remember how I got back here. It seems the townsfolk didn't even notice that I'd been away. I almost thought the whole thing must have been just a dream. Until the two of you appear here in Labyrinthia. It seems I wasn't dreaming after all. Yes, indeed. It all really did happen. You came into my office, and then the witch came for you. So does that mean the witch brought Espella back to Labyrinthia? Well, I suppose so, but why was I in London in the first place? Eh? Why did I meet you two gentlemen? And why was the witch after me? I just can't seem to remember why. Espella, you and Carmen were running away from the witches, weren't you? Carmen? Do you mean to say that you don't remember being in London with Carmen? Carmen took you with him and tried to escape from this town. Carmen took me with him and tried to escape? I'm sorry. I do have a vague memory of Carmen, but why was I in London? I just can't seem to remember. Alright, next question. Her memories. Do you remember this letter, Espella? A letter? Yes, Carmen gave you this letter and instructed you to bring it to me. You followed his advice and brought it to me in my office. That letter? Could I take a closer look at it? Of course. Do you remember anything? I don't remember the letter, but this writing does look somewhat familiar. I do have a feeling that there was someone there next to me. Espella, are you alright? I think I remember. I remember Carmen. Really? You're right. I do know him. I definitely know Carmen. Carmen was here in this town. In fact, he was in this very shop. In this shop, Espella. But according to the townsfolk, they've never even heard of him. Yes, that's right. What they say contradicts what I remember. That's why I'm finding it so difficult to trust my own memories. Please don't let that deter you. We'd be grateful to hear what you know. What can she recall? Please, do let us know what you can recall. According to my memory, Carmen was working here in this bakery. Eh? But there are already 2 workers in the shop, right? Mr. Wright and Maya. Those 2 have also been working here making bread for some time now. Or at least, I'm quite sure that must be the case. Mrs. Eclair and anyone else around here would soon tell you so. That's why I put no faith in my memory. This difference in perception is certainly intriguing. And the fact that Carmen worked here has me somewhat curious. Do you think all the townsfolk could just be pretending not to know? I mean, maybe Carmen really was here, and they're acting like they don't remember. After all, he did mention in that letter that he wrote that he escaped the from Labyrinthia. How about we go and ask a few people around the town? No, Luke. I don't think that's a good idea. As you are no doubt well aware by now, a single word out of place can be enough to bring the knights against us. Not only that, but I really cannot believe that Mrs. Eclair would pretend not to know him. She's always so straight with people. She's never two-faced. I see. Perhaps, Luke, we should be thankful that she took care of him. Yes, you're right, of course, Professor. By the way, in that letter, Carmen claimed that this town held a mysterious secret. He implied that he wanted to solve Labyrinthia's mystery. Do you have any idea what that mystery could be? Labyrinthia's mystery? Oh, I'm sorry, but I've never even suspected that this town holds any secrets. Then what might it have been that Carmen was investigating? What Carmen was investigating? I think I might know what it could be. One time, Carmen asked me this. Why is it that whatever is written by the storyteller in the story Labyrinthia always becomes fact? If that puzzle can be solved, then we will unravel the mystery of Labyrinthia, he said. So Carmen didn't believe that's what's written must always come true either. Well, I'm not sure, but what? It's only natural that what's written in that book must come true. And it's hard for me to believe that both you and Carmen could doubt this. Well, speaking for myself, I can't just believe it so easily. Nevertheless, to the people of Labyrinthia, it appears to be a matter of common sense. which is why those knights treated us with such suspicion. That's true, but are you saying that in your London, there's no story? Well, there are certainly none that come true, as the Historia Labyrinthia does. In the world as we know it, such a notion is inconceivable. As I suspected, Carmen is from the same London as you two. So I suppose it makes perfect sense that you should all think that way. Incidentally, what action did Carmen take after he came to suspect the story? Well, Carmen often visited the Great Archive. The Great Archive? Yes, that's where all the volumes of the story are kept. You mean to say all previous volumes, too? Yes, every volume of the story so far. All of them. I see. In other words, he wanted to confirm the authenticity of the story.
But Professor, surely he wouldn't be in trouble with the witches just for looking at some books.
As I recall, in the letter he sent me, he wrote, I realized the town held a mysterious secret, and decided to get to the bottom of it. But before I could, they found me. I believe that was it, which probably means it wasn't just ordinary books that he was investigating. It's quite likely that the books had something to do with the witches. So you mean Carmen came close to unraveling Labyrinthia's mystery, and therefore became the witch's target? Is that what you're suggesting? I believe that would be highly probable. But why did the witches...
Isabella, have there been other stories involving witches before this?
Yes. There have been many stories about them. All of these stories are also being kept in the Great Archive. Okay, last thing. The witch's story. Stories about the witches are no doubt a source of considerable fear for the townsfolk. So why is it deemed necessary to keep such stories in the Great Archive? They are an important source of information for the Inquisition. Their prime objective is to capture witches and protect the people of the town. So you're saying that in order to fight the witches, it is essential to read about them and learn their ways? Yes, that's right. Stories involving witches are under the authority of the Order of the Knights. And the Order of the Knights was established to protect the town of Labyrinthia. The storyteller, the Order of the Knights, and the Inquisition, they are the ones who govern this town. The entire fate of Labyrinthia is decided by the Creator, otherwise known as the Storyteller. That personage is the weaver of all life in Labyrinthia, including the current horrifying story involving the actions of a witch. It then falls to the Order of the Knights to protect the townsfolk from such events. The Knights not only protect the people, but also act as the storyteller's guard. And finally, the Inquisition is responsible for trying the witches in the Witches' Court. That is, the manner in which this town is managed and order is maintained. Undoubtedly, it was the Order of the Knights keeping peace during the parade we saw. That's right. The storyteller holds those parades from time to time. He gives the townsfolk the story that will determine their fate from that time onwards. The story this time involved a witch, which explains why the knights were on such high alert. I wonder what spells will be used this time. If only we could check in that book. Just a moment, Isabella. What was it that you just said? Do you mean to say that there's a book about magic? Yes, there is. In the Great Archive. It describes all the spells that provide the witches with their wicked power. It is a special book used by the Knights of the Inquisition to aid them in their investigation. That's it. That must have been what Carmen was so interested in. He was investigating the witch's power. Of course, it's possible that he came upon a secret that he shouldn't have known.
And that's why the witches attacked him?
Indeed, Luke. That may well be the reason. The story, so respected by the people, and the witches whom they fear, There could be a certain secret connecting these two in some way. Whew! Extremely informative recording. Thank you, Isabella. It seems we now know where to begin with our investigation.
So you'll be visiting the Great Archive?
Yes, indeed. The book about magic that resides there may well provide a valuable clue towards unraveling the mystery of Labyrinthia.
We better get going with our investigation straight away, right, Professor?
Absolutely, Luke. We must solve this puzzle for Carmen's sake, as well as for our own.
Mr. Layton. Please take me along with you.
I'm not sure that's wise. It might put you in more than a little trouble. It is likely that Carmen's investigations are what led him to being pursued by witches. And if that's the case, the path we tread may well be fraught with danger.
Even so, I really would like to help you. Talking with you both like this, I too have come to believe that there must be a secret to this town. I want to help you find the truth.
Well, Isabella, I suppose that settles it. From here on in, let's all do our very best to solve this mystery together.
Yes, together. I'm the Professor's apprentice, so if there's anything you need to know, just ask.
Thank you, Luke. I'll be sure to do that. Well then, without any further ado, let's follow in Carmen's footsteps and visit the Great Archive. I'm quite certain that that's where the clues are, waiting to be found.
Yes, let's go.
Whew! Okay, I guess we're not going yet.
Not you, Eve. I'm afraid you'll have to stay here until I get back.
Well, fine then. Bye. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. I thought she was leaving.
Oh, my pendant. I almost forgot it.
That's a lovely pendant, Isabella.
It's very old. I can't even remember how old I was when I started wearing it. Right, sorry to have kept you. Shall we leave for the Great Archive now?
You know, I'm not even sure we're gonna be able to make it because we gotta look for some puzzles before we head over there. Oh, Isabella! Are you off out somewhere?
Yes, I'm taking Mr. Layton and Luke to see the Great Archive.
Is that so? Well, you might want to hurry. It looks like it might rain at any time. Ah, yes, that reminds me. Could you get me something while you're out? Just on your way back would be fine.
Yes, of course. What can I get for you?
Oh, some goat's milk for Mary. I forgot to get some when I was at the market.
Okay, I'll drop round to Mary's farm on the way back.
Would you? There's a milk bucket ready, round the back.
Milk, you say? Naturally, our bakery uses only the finest goat's milk for our milk loaf. It's so fluffy and white, it's delicious.
Sounds great!
Let's be certain to try some later, Luke.
I'm totally up for that!
Oh, you are all the time. Freaking empty stomach. I mean, bottomless pit. Okay! Patty has a puzzle for us. And I think this is the really annoying one. So you two are good at problem solving, are you?
Well, actually, more like puzzle solving than problem solving, really.
Is that so? Well, perhaps you could help me then. Someone came to me for help, and it's a little difficult for me to solve. Okay. Is this the puzzle that I think it is? Yeah, this puzzle. Okay. It's not a hard puzzle, but let me just read the instructions and you'll see what I mean about this thing. A customer wishes to have their fabric design filled with color. Use the magical stamp to fulfill the customer's request and color in the design. Stamping a previously colored area will cause the color area to disappear. Slide the stamp around with the stylus and touch the touchscreen to stamp. Use the touchscreen to guide you. You see what I mean? It's fairly easy. It's just you have to stamp it in a certain way so you don't lose certain pieces. But, let's see, off my head, I remember that I had to do this, so... Try to remember how to do this, give me a second. What was the next step? think there was only 3, and then I do 1... Is that... Alright, let me see... Is it here? Yep, I already did it wrong. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Restart. This part is right. It's this part I'm just like... Derp. I don't know. Cause you have to like somehow connect the sides into the center at some point. That's pretty much what you're doing. Let's see. I think I messed up again. I will get this. Is it like that? I think it's here. Okay, that goes here. And then... here? I think you do the... and then you do the same thing on the other side now. So here... here... and... here... and then... boom!
This is my answer.
There you go. That is one of the ways to solve it. There's a number of ways to solve it, but that one is the quickest way to do it. That I know, anyway. Okay. Dumb puzzles. Well, I've never. You really solved it, haven't you? If you have a puzzle to be solved, you can always rely on us. What a gentleman. I'll have to bake you something extra special later to show my appreciation. I'm already looking forward to it. Layton already knows. Okay. I bet it's a puzzle bread. It's gotta be a puzzle bread. Alright, now we're gonna go over to the North Parade, because we actually have some hint coins to get over here anyway.
It looks like the knights have given up searching for us. Thank goodness.
Yes, it seems you're right, Luke. From the looks of things, we should be safe to explore a little more before making our way to the Great Archive. Alright, we'll do that. Find some hint coins first. Duh. Where are all the hint coins? 1 hint coin! Two hint coins. Holy shit, where... I can't remember where the last one is. Is it on chimneys or something? Well, this is kind of annoying. I'm missing one. Where is it? Am I counting right? I only found 2 hint coins. Well, this is weird. Oh, whoops. Oh, well, I guess we'll talk to him.
Did you two see the latest story? When you say latest, am I to assume that these parades are held on a regular basis? You mean you don't know that? People these days, no one knows a thing. Never mind. I'm a forgiving sort. I suppose I should fill the gaps in your knowledge. That's not very polite. The storyteller appears in a parade before the common people whenever he writes a new story. It would be no overstatement to say that I spend every waking day looking forward to the stories that he provides. So you look forward to stories in which witches burn people?
What? What are you saying? That only happens to be the story this time. Usually the story writes the most wonderful stories. That's why I thought he would give us a wonderful chapter today, too. Instead, I found myself caught up in the crowd. My glasses were broken and I was bitten by a dog. Don't feel down. Every cloud has a silver lining, so they say. Don't feel down? Don't feel down, you say? Do I look like I'm feeling down? No, you just look really angry. No way am I feeling down. If my unhappiness is recorded in the storyteller's pages, then so be it. Oh, sorrow, a part of me is such sweet sorrow. Okay. Seems that not all stories are born equal. Why do I feel that a person's character might have something to do with it? I gotta find this last one. Where is it? Am I just gonna ignore it and find it, like, after the recording? I'm gonna have to do it after recording, because... Oh, never mind! I didn't realize we were 31 minutes in. Whoops. I guess I'll find it when I'm off screen then. We'll be heading to the Great Archive in the next video. Sorry about that. See you guys later. And welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Oh dear, I think I already got into the accident already. Last we left off, we just went to the bakery and we ran into the Ace Bakers Phoenix Wright and Maya Fey. Yeah, they're bakers, somehow. For some reason, they can't seem to remember they were, attorneys. Well, at least Wright couldn't remember he's an attorney, and Maya can't remember she's a spirit medium. The plot thickens. But yes, that's where we left off, and Maya was freaking out about something. And we're gonna find out about it right now. Of course it's a puzzle. Maya, you could try to show a little restraint sometimes, you know? Not at all. Helping those in need is the duty of any true gentleman. Not only that, but if we all chip in and help, we'll soon have it sorted out. Totally! We should all help each other out in times of need, right? Yeah, sure. Puzzles. Okay. The neatly placed loaves of bread on display at the front of the bakery were thrown into disarray. In the process, it seems an extra loaf managed to find its way among the bunch. Take a look at the picture on the top screen and find the extra loaf of bread. Place it into the basket once you found it. So yeah, if you didn't know this puzzle or anything, you just move all the breads and match them with the top, so you can get an idea of which one you're missing. Quick answer, because this is going to take a while, is this loaf of bread.
This is my answer.
If it's not... Oops. Okay, good.
Well, let me do the next one too.
My memory is not screwed. You found it. Now that's using your loaf. Oh, dear God. I forgot that Layton sometimes has their puns, too. Perfect! That's exactly how they were before. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks. You really saved my bacon. It's no more than any young English gentleman would do. You said... pardon the background noise. Somebody went into the room and didn't realize I was recording. Okay. You said English? What's that? Where have I heard it before? You're speaking English right now. Well, American English. Hey, Maya, the boss is back. Oh, hello, everyone! What's the matter, Miss Fey? It's these loaves of bread! And after I arranged them so nicely, too! It's all your fault, Nick! It's all Nick's fault! His pounding messed up everything! Me? But I was only kneading the dough.
What am I gonna do? I have to fix this before the boss gets back.
That's most unfortunate. Perhaps we can lend you a hand, a helping hand.
Really? Thanks a lot. You'd be doing me the biggest favor in the world.
Oh no, I'm having another one of those days where I'm just gonna roll over all my words.